This weekend, the UofL football team had to bench some players when they tested positive for COVID-19. But now the whole game against Virginia and Charlottesville is postponed after even more players tested positive. Paulina Butska explains what's happening.
Doug, the scheduled game for this weekend is actually being postponed to next weekend at 3:30. And that's because the team saw a huge jump in COVID cases in just 1 week. It's not quite the touchdown UofL was hoping for. 22 players and support staff are now down and out for the count.
We doubled in the number that we were looking at really from last week, from Friday to where we are today.
So let's break this down. In Kentucky, according to our data deep dive, the largest number of positive COVID-19 cases comes from ages 20 to 29, accounting for over 20,000 positive cases in the state. To explain just how quickly this spread, let's take a look at a timeline. On Wednesday, October 28th, one player, a scout team offensive player, tested positive during a routine COVID test. By late Friday, early Saturday, several other players tested positive for COVID, benching 9. On Monday, the team had practice, but by Wednesday, during another routine COVID check, more players and support staff tested positive.
After consulting with our chief medical officer, Dr. Scotty Newcomer, and Matt Summers, our head trainer, it was decided that a precautionary pause in our team activities was warranted.
Regent Streif President and CEO Peter Emby says this type of spike in younger adults isn't uncommon.
Eventually, younger people interact with older people and it starts to spread through the community. And sadly, I think that's what we're starting to see now.
Currently, there are 15 people, 10 players and 5 support staff who are at home in quarantine. There are 7 others, 5 players and 2 support staff members who are in quarantine for contact tracing.
After consulting with our chief medical officer, Dr. Scotty Newcomer, and Matt Summers, our head trainer, it was decided that a precautionary pause in our team activities was warranted.
And according to ACC guidelines, any player who tests positive for COVID-19 has to quarantine for 10 days. If they're in quarantine for contact tracing, that's 14 days at home. Reporting at Cardinal Stadium, I'm Paulina Butska for WHAS 11 News.